All right, guys, this is Christian here. Today, I'm going to be talking about a different concept. And this concept is going to be motivational, but it's going to be one of those concepts that's really important for you to grasp because it's one of those things that if you really start to apply this and you start to do these things, you'll start to notice faster results, better results, and overall, just like a transformation in who you are as an entrepreneur, right? Because whenever you want to go from, 0 to 5K per month or 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K per month and beyond, it's going to require you to make a transformation, right? You can't get there with the same skills that you had when you were at 5K. You can't get there with the same skill that you had at 10 or 20K if you're aiming for 100K and beyond. So you have to always keep this in mind that every time that you go up levels and that you try to like accomplish bigger things, build bigger teams, better businesses, and make more money, you're always going to need to have a higher level in terms of like who you are as an individual and transform and level up and just be better, right? A better leader, a better thinker, a better writer, a better speaker, and overall just be a better entrepreneur, right? So this concept I'm about to talk to you right now is one of those things that I've actually implemented. And I'm sure you guys will be able to, also see this as well, because it's one of those things that if you look at this channel as an example, you'll notice how I was able to, put this into practice and also make this improvement. And the concept that I want to tell you guys right now about is the idea of confidence through repetition. So confidence through repetition means that the more times you do something, the more times you like go ahead and put yourself out there, try that thing that's hard, the more reps, the more volume, the more like practice that you put in, the better results you'll get over time, right? Because you have to realize that yes, you can think about it, yes, you can plan things, yes, you can, read books, watch videos, watch a course, get a mentor that guides you and gives you like advice on how to, learn the fastest, make progress faster. And that does work and that does make a difference. But you have to realize there's like another level of like expertise, another level of improvement that you can only unlock if you actually put in the practice, you actually go out there and do something yourself, right? So, for example, let's look at this channel. I started this channel about 6 months ago now, and so far I have over 50 videos on this channel. And as you could tell, go back to my first, video, go back to my 10 first videos, my 20th video, my 30th video, and compare it to right now and the amount of confidence, how comfortable I feel speaking on camera, how like much better I explain the concepts and how much better I just deliver the message I'm giving to you, you'll start to notice that all I did was, just started to put more volume, started to do more practice. And if I started to like overthink, maybe let's say, for example, I only uploaded 5 videos, but I started to, think too much about the script, think too much about the thumbnail, think too much about the title, think too much about, am I saying the words the right way? Am I actually, recording the video of high quality enough? If I focus so much on the quality and I started to upload 5 videos instead of 50 videos, yes, I would have improved. Yes, I would have made progress. Yes, my speaking and like the way I deliver these videos would have got better because I put in more, time and effort into each individual video. But there's also like another level that I wouldn't have been able to get if it wasn't for the volume and the repetitions I did. For example, right here, I'm speaking outdoors in public, right? People can see me, people can walk by. There's like this guy with the camera and the tripod, just, speaking in front of the lake and whatever. And before I just didn't have that confidence. I just didn't have that comfort to, go ahead and speak on camera. Even if people watch me, even people like are confused, like, what is this guy doing? Or this guy's recording videos in public. Isn't he like, kind of embarrassed, right? I didn't have that when I first started this, channel. I didn't have that when I first started recording videos. And it's one of those things that, like I said, you're only gonna get this confidence, you're gonna get this like, comfort, this level of like, flow and smoothness with enough practice. And this channel is like an example of that. Like you can go watch my old videos and compare them to this video and the amount of clarity like in my words, the way I pronounce words, the way I deliver the messages, it's just so much more understandable. And there's still a ton of improvement that I can make. Like this is video 50. Just imagine video 100, video 1000, video 2000, right? It's just gonna be getting better. And now, I don't want to make this video completely about me and like, my journey as a, content creator. I want to focus this back to you guys again. So, like I said, this is just an example just to show you guys that, I put this into practice and that it does make a difference. And this is just like a visual example. You can go watch these videos, the old videos. You can look at my, page and my channel and see all the videos I posted and, just notice how much better it got, right? That's an example. I just wanted to, highlight that so you can see that I really know what I'm talking about and that I've already implemented this. And it's one of those lessons that I learned through practicing it myself, right? So now let's talk about, how you can practice and how you can apply this into your own business or into your journey as an entrepreneur, right? So one of the things that you have to realize is that all the things that you do, it's going to require you to do repetition. It's going to require you to, improve and practice. And let's say, for example, let's say you have a YouTube channel, you have a personal brand, you have an Instagram or a TikTok page. You have to post content, right? One video a day, maybe a couple videos a week. If you start to like, take your time with the videos and you post very low volume, maybe you post one video a week or, one video every 3 days, you're gonna make progress as opposed to posting 0 videos, but you're not gonna make as much progress as if you posted a video a day, 2 videos a day, or 10 videos a week, right? If you had these like, higher volume and higher output days and higher output weeks, you'll be able to make even more progress. And I'll tell you why, because there's some things that yes, you can learn through the video, you can learn it through a guide, you can learn it through, a mentorship or a tutorial to explain to you how to do things. And it does make it like, a difference to, have access to these resources and to have access to people guiding you and so on, right? But there's a lot of things that you're just not gonna know. Like you're not gonna know intricacies of the software that you use to edit, 'cause there's, like, features and, like, buttons that you don't really start to, like, find out the more you use them, right? You start to find out a quicker way to edit, a quicker way to, post this video, a faster way to write the script, a faster video to get ideas, better strategies to, like, get competitor analysis and to kind of put your own ideas and you put your own spin on it. You'll start to, like, kind of, like, get this idea of how to make viral videos, right? Because making viral videos is a skill, right? It's not luck. It's not like the algorithm just, decides, like, "Hey, this guy I like, this guy I don't like. I'm not gonna give him views. I'm gonna give this guy views, but not this guy, right? It doesn't work like that. There's like a formula. There's like some like things that you need in order to go viral and to actually get views and to actually grow on the platform. So it's a skill, right? And this skill of going viral, this skill of getting views or growing your channel or editing videos better, just producing better quality content is something that you'll get over time, right? You're not gonna get this with just posting 5 videos or 10 videos. You have to post hundreds of videos, right? And you also have to see it this way. Let's say, for example, your goal is to get 1 million followers on, Instagram, or your goal is to get 100,000 followers on YouTube. The more videos you post, the faster you'll get better, and the faster you get better, the quicker you'll grow, right? Because it's kind of like a fair exchange, right? YouTube doesn't give you subscribers, Instagram doesn't give you followers or views if your content's bad, right? It gives views and followers to the people that deserve them. And if you go out there and make good videos, get better, improve the content that you're making, then you'll be able to actually get the things and actually get those likes, get out those views, and get those followers, right? So that's if you're a content creator. But let's say, for example, you do another business. Let's say you're an appointment setter, you're in sales, or you have an agency, or you just offer some type of service, right? Maybe you do web services, SEO, whatever it is that you do, right? If you're in one of those businesses, you have to realize that also outreach is also a volume game, right? When you send outreach messages, your first couple messages might be bad. They might not even get replies. They might not even get opened because the title is so bad or like the first line is so bad that no one's really interested in what you're offering, right? And you have to realize that the more messages you send, the greater the chance of not only getting a reply and finding a client, but also the more messages you send, the better your outreach message gets, right? Because you also have to be smart about it. You have to like A/B test, right? You have to, hey, try this different title, this different first liner, try talking about this offer, make this the last call to action and so on. You have to like test things and try things and A/B test to see what's actually working, right? Because every niche, every market, every platform is different, right? Like this message might work really well on Instagram, but it doesn't work on Twitter. Or maybe this message that you have works for this particular niche, but it doesn't really work for this niche because they speak different or they use different terms, whatever, right? And it's kind of like collecting data, right? You start to like collect data after you do tests. You start to collect data on what works and what doesn't work. And the data collection part of, business is like a trial and error thing, right? You're not going to just magically know the best outreach message, the best platform to, send messages on, the best clients to go after, the best people to speak to as potential clients, right? You're not going to know these things unless you go out there and like try them, right? Yes, you might get access to, an outreach template, or your mentor might already have, some tips and pointers on how to do outreach, but you have to go out there and try what they say. Maybe try a different mentors, the template, or maybe try a different mentor strategy. Just keep trying different strategies until you find the one that works for you, then the one that works for this platform best, or maybe this particular niche, right? This is the way that it works. And the way that you collect this data is not gonna be only through like mentors or through communities or through courses. You have to also go out there and collect your own data and get your own like analysis of what to do and how to do it the best, right? So again, you're all gonna get this confidence through repetition, right? You're just gonna feel comfortable about the messages you send. You're gonna feel comfortable about the outreaches that you do because maybe you've already, sent 1,000 messages. Maybe you've already been on 100 calls. Maybe you already have 5 or 10 clients. So it doesn't matter, or it doesn't feel like so scary. It doesn't feel so like I'm kind of nervous to get on the sales call, but because you've already been on 10 sales calls, you've already been on 50 sales calls, right? And so on, right? You start to get the confidence. You start to feel comfortable. You start to feel like you're doing the right thing and you know how to do the thing that you're pitching, or the thing that you're doing, or like even sending the messages. You just feel more comfortable for doing the outreach messages because you've already done it so many times, right? So again, always remember that You're right now you're scared. Maybe right now you feel uncomfortable recording that video. Maybe you feel uncomfortable sending that message. Maybe you feel uncomfortable even turning on your camera on the sales call, right? And these are some things that I also felt too, right? When I first did my first sales calls, I felt uncomfortable because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to guide the conversation. I felt uncomfortable turning on the webcam on the Zoom meeting, right? And even the messages when they replied, I'm like, okay, they replied to my message. They're interested. They want to do a meeting, but what do I say now? Okay, like what am I supposed to do now? Do I just send them the link? Do I book them in? What do I do? Right. I also had these like problems. I also felt these things. And I'm sure that you guys as beginner entrepreneurs, you're probably also feeling them as well. Because it's natural, right? You're always gonna feel like, okay, he said he wants to hop on a call, but I'm kind of nervous. Or he's on the sales call with me right now, but I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to do. He signed the client, he signed the retainer, he paid me. Now, what do? I don't even know how to do the service. I don't even know how to fulfill, right? You're gonna feel these things all the time as an entrepreneur. And the more times you go through these situations, the more times you'll like start to like kind of figure out what should I do, right? For example, let's think about like, even let's say you sell SEO services, right? And you get a client and you've never done SEO and you have to go out there and figure it out. And by the second, fifth, or even 10th time that you get an SEO client, you've already had to figure it out like 5 or 10 times. So you already have, an idea of what to do. And again, tying back to the idea that repetition gives confidence, right? And now, the part that you should, focus on and what you should be doing, and in this case, is that now that you know confidence equals repetition, or confidence comes from repetition, you have to go out there and do as many reps, right? You have to put as much volume, you have to send as many messages, post as many videos, uh, sign as many clients as possible, do as much work as possible. You just have to go out there and get the repetition, right? Focus on like waking up, doing your journal, your routine, or whatever you have to do, and then getting on the computer, getting on your phone, and getting to work and focus on just doing the most reps. Like you're just gonna get quality reps with practice. All you have to do is just focus on doing work. Just focus on doing the best you can. Maybe right now, like the reps that you have are low quality. Maybe like the content you post on YouTube, content you post on Instagram is really bad. You barely know how to edit. Maybe you don't even know like what are the vital ideas. You don't have like good content ideas. Maybe your outbound messages are just sloppy. You don't know what to even say. You don't even know what the prospect even wants. You don't really know too much about the niche or the market, right? And you'll figure it out through more reps, through more volume. Yes, focus on reading books. Yes, focus on watching videos, join communities, buy mentorships, and so on, right? But just do repetitions, right? Listen to the mentor, then go out there and do a rep. Watch the video, then go out there and do some reps. Watch the podcast or read the book, and then go out there and do some more reps, right? Yes, learn, but also go out there and just do reps because that's what actually gives you the confidence, what gives you the comfort. That's what actually makes you do something, right? Because if you just spend all the time learning, all this time studying, you're not gonna actually learn as fast or make as fast progress. So my homework to you guys, or my suggestion to you guys, is that you need to go out there and just put out reps, right? Because this lack of confidence, this like feeling of I don't know what to do, I don't know how to start, I don't even know like what am I supposed to do? Like that's like kind of like not knowing what to do. It's because you just haven't, been in the situation enough times, right? Like I said, when you sign more clients, when you send more messages, when you post more content, you just start to like catch on, right? You start to like understand, okay, I know what to do. I know what's the next step. I feel comfortable. I've been in this situation. Last time I was in this situation, I got out of it. Last time I was in this situation, I did this and that. And now I know what to do and I know how to fix this and I know how to move forward, right? So again, focus on repetition. It's going to build your confidence. It's going to make you feel comfortable. It's going to make you just a better entrepreneur. Just make you progress and improve a lot quicker. So just focus on the repetition, focus on the volume, focus on, staying consistent and actually doing something every day, right? Because a lot of times people don't progress, not because like um they don't know what to do, but just because they don't take action, right? So if you take action every day, if you focus on the repetitions, focus on the reps, you'll start to get the confidence, you'll start to get the results. And it'll just be like a spiral, right? Like imagine a snowball. Imagine there's a snowball at the top of a hill and you just start to roll it down. The snowball gets bigger, 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 bigger because it just keeps rolling on the snow and it keeps accumulating more snow. And that's pretty much what you have to do, right? You have to just get the ball rolling, push it down the hill, then it's going to get bigger, 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 right? The more reps you do, the more confidence you get. The more confidence you have, the better content you have, the better messages you have, the better your business is, the better results you get. And then you just get more motivated to keep going and it just keeps rolling and keeps spiraling, right? So, again, going back to the fundamentals, you get confidence through repetition. And in order to build this confidence, all you have to do is focus on getting reps, focus on doing work, and the progress and the results will come, right? So, pretty much that's the concept I want to talk about in this video. And again, this channel is an example that 6 months ago, I wasn't even like that good at speaking. Felt uncomfortable on camera. I didn't even know what to talk about sometimes, and now I just have a clearer idea, better understanding of what to say and how to deliver it to you guys. And I'm not gonna like claim that I'm an expert or I mastered it in 6 months. I still have a lot to improve, but I'm a lot better and I feel a lot more comfortable than I did 6 months ago. So take that as an example, just to see that this is like a visual example of what you can do and how much better you can get in just 6 months. And I didn't even post that many videos. I've been posting 2 videos a week, Mondays and Fridays, and that's not even like my priority, right? Because I still have a business, I have other, revenue sources. It's just like kind of like a hobby or a side hustle at the moment. So just imagine like you right now with your business or with your online, skill, and you do this every day. You work on it every day, all day, every day, right? Imagine how quickly you'll progress if you just focus on doing reps and just focus on doing better work. So, anyways, guys, I don't want to make this video extremely long. I went on several tangents. I hope this video is valuable. And if you guys like the video, make sure you like the video because I'm posting content like this every single Monday and Friday. And if you like the video, I'll recommend it to more people because the algorithm will know this is quality content and it'll push it out to more people. More people will be able to see these valuable messages and learn from these videos, right? So make sure you like the video and also subscribe because I'm posting videos every single Monday and Friday. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And like I said, every Monday and Friday is a new video. So make sure you like the video and subscribe.